it's Hawken with TOPDON. Today we're going to do an introduction and walkthrough on the BT600Plus. Stay tuned as we will also do some real-world usage videos on this particular tool. The BT600Plus brings a number of new features that you are not going to find in any of our other battery testers, such as the BT600. Now you're asking, what's different from the BT600 on the BT600Plus? There are a number of added features on this new unit. First off, this unit has an internal battery. That makes the unit capable of testing a wider variety of different batteries, including batteries that are at a lower state of charge or lower base voltage. That includes 6-volt batteries, 12-volt batteries, and 24-volt batteries. Additionally, this particular unit can do resistance calculation and measurement on a wide variety of different situations, including milliohm measurements. While it is not designed to be specifically a milliohm meter per se, it does have excellent sensitivity and measurement capabilities of resistance. Now, one of the other differences you're going to notice is we include Kelvin clips. These Kelvin clips are specifically used for measurements of resistance. They can also be used for testing or measuring voltage on smaller batteries, such as a 3-volt watch battery or things of that nature. Again, it's not designed specifically to be targeted for that, but it does have that capability. So again, you have a separate set of leads specifically for resistance measurements. As with the BT600, we also have the replaceable leads, which are used for standard 6, 12, and 24-volt batteries. Again, the cable is modularly replaceable. As you can see here, it can be unscrewed from the unit, which of course is an excellent feature, as these types of cables will always suffer some wear and tear from normal use and can easily be replaced in the event that that becomes necessary. Additionally, this particular tool also has the printable standardized receipt style paper. So if you want to print out the results of your reports, it's pretty easy to do that with the BT600Plus. So again, added resistance measurement capabilities, as well as the ability to do testing on a larger range of different types of batteries, as well as voltage ranges of batteries. And again, because it has an internal battery, it does not have to have a certain amount of power or voltage at the battery it's testing in order to power up. One of the other things that's nice about this tool is it does have a USB-C port on it, and you can in fact update the tool through the PC software or PC suite. Now we will take you through that in a separate video showing you how to update the tool, so if you do have questions on that. But let's go ahead and just kind of walk through the menus here so you can get more of a feel or understanding for all the different capabilities and how to navigate through those. All right, so as we look at the BT600Plus menus, as you can see here, we have our hard keys here for navigation. We have our print button up here, our exit button here, and our power button here. The power button you press and hold for an extended period of time to power the unit down. Please also keep in mind that when you are executing the update procedure, you will need to power it all the way down before plugging it in via the USB-C port to the computer for the update process. Now, for testing, we have all of the menus that are fairly intuitive and easy to navigate. So we have battery testing here. You can see we have to connect to the battery in order to do the testing. It's going to say, hey, wait, we're not connected to a battery. We have our cranking test, which is going to be used for testing the vehicle's cranking condition. We have a charging system test here. And then we have an integrated system test that will do all three of these in a sequence. Additionally, we have our resistance measurement check here, which again can be used specifically with the Kelvin clips here to obtain very accurate resistance measurements. Now, the other thing you want to keep in mind is, in comparison to, let's say, a digital voltage and ohm meter, those units, or digital voltage and ohm meters, typically do not apply very much voltage or current in order to calculate resistance, and the BT600 is capable of doing just a little bit more to provide more accurate measurements of resistance. Additionally, we can sit here and do the sequence button. So the sequence button allows you to test a bank of batteries in sequence so that you can compare them to each other, which of course is good if you have a multi-cell battery unit that you are trying to determine if there is in fact one bad cell or one cell that is in a lower state of charge. Additionally, you do have the ability to review the tests that you have done, up to 10 total stored tests per individual test type. So 10 cranking tests, 10 starting tests, 10 charging tests, 10 battery tests. Each of those can be reviewed by going through here. Now you can also delete them in this menu, as you can see here. And if we go over here to the setup, you can see there's also some additional other settings in here. We can change our time. We can change the shutdown parameters. So if we want it to automatically power off, that's easy to do. The resistance button here, as you see, you can make a few different modifications to how the tool will respond based on what you're doing. So if you say, hey, I would like to have a specific threshold that I'm looking at for it to breach in order for an alert to take place, we can do that. So you can add different functionality here as far as if you want it to beep at you if it passes or if it fails. And then if we go here to the auto or manual, we want to leave it on automatic as a general statement. As you can see here, we can also change our language in the tool. And so there are quite a few different languages supported. Again, as of our video in 2025 here in the later half of the year, these are the current languages supported on the tool. And then here is where you can see your about information. So if you're not sure which version of firmware you have installed, what the serial number of the tool is, the registration code, any of that information can be found in the about menu. So again, pretty straightforward here, and the tool, like I said, will store a number of test results, up to 10 of each of the individual types of tests, internally on the tool. And as always, you can print out your results of each test through the receipt paper here, which is of course fully replaceable when you run out of paper, just like on the BT600. So pretty straightforward to navigate, pretty easy and intuitive menus to use. And of course, we will make some additional usage videos to show you some of this on live vehicles and other various real-world situations.